This instructional video will explain how to research the catalogue and conduct deeper archival research. Don't worry, it's not as hard as it may seem at first. I'm going to cover off the most commonly asked questions about researching public records. We hold more than 600,000 digital records and around 100 kilometres of hard copy permanent records, created from the 1830s right up until the present day. The term record is a catch-all to refer to physical items such as paper documents, files, photographs, negatives or film, or electronic items such as emails, PDFs or JPEGs. We don't hold personal diaries, personal letters and photo albums. Other archives and libraries do that. Public records of a personal nature are often closed for 75 years from their creation date. More recent records, such as those produced after, say, the 1980s or the 1990s, are often still held within the producing agency, although we do hold some, like Royal Commission records and people's wills and probate records. We offer dedicated search pages based on subject areas on our website for the most commonly asked questions. So my recommendation is to check here first and read the instructions and the time periods detailed on these particular pages. This particular instructional video is going to analyse the catalogue results pages to help you achieve the best result for your search. The catalogue will display the following information: a record, that's the name of the record highlighted in bold, and it could be digital or physical. It will also provide you with the government agency that produced the record, and the series name. This is a group of records which are recorded or maintained by the same agency and organised in the same way. Now that could be by alphabet, by subject, or even numerical order. Here's my first tip. The series name is always helpful in telling you what you might see in the records. So check the series name. You can click through to the whole series either via the record page like this, or from the catalogue landing page. You'll see all of the records in a series, and then you can search again just within that series. And my suggestion is that you always read through the About tab on the series landing page, because it will tell you how to understand what you're going to see if you order records from that series, and to understand why the records may have been produced in the first place. And most importantly, it will explain how the records have been arranged, and that will help you hone in on a specific record which may not have been picked up using only the search term that you've tried already. Or if the government agency looks like the right one you're looking for, then perhaps click on the agency link and go through to that agency landing page and browse through the various series that we hold for them. It's also really handy to look at the About tab of the government agency to see what that agency was responsible for in the first place. You can search across all of the series we hold from that agency. You can also filter on the catalogue results page in the same way. So you have a look at the catalogue results page over here, and on the left side you'll see the results from a single series or also items from within a single agency, and you can filter by either of those options. So let's break it down. Let's say you're researching what health support was offered to Vietnamese refugees moving to Melbourne in the late 1970s and early 1980s. So you may wish to start with a broad keyword search such as refugee. Then you can do a search by date range, and then you'll see the results set. by filtering by the Multicultural Commission, or perhaps by the Health Department. You can then click on the record listings to go to the landing pages and order that record. And don't forget, it's very helpful to read about the reason these records may have been produced by reading its series page and the agency that produced the record. You can also continue searching and even view everything in that particular archival box. Perhaps there are other relevant records inside that box as well. Consider ordering up the whole box because this is considered only one record and you can order up to 24 records in one order. You can always select the record as you go and then delete it out of your selections later. It's kind of like bookmarking. We also have a handy colour coding system to help you navigate the catalogue. Blue is the landing page for agencies. Purple is the landing page for series. And yellow is the landing page for an individual record. If the record has been digitised, you will see that in the Contents tab. If you would like to see all records that are online and have been digitised, simply filter on the left-hand side and click the Online button. What if you don't know which agency would have most likely produced the kind of records that you're looking for? Good question. Agency names change all the time. However, responsibilities of government don't change that much. They're called a function of government. We have a handy tool to help you get to the right agency fulfilling a government function over time. It's called ProVisualizer. And what it does, it displays the functions of government and then visualises all of the agencies which have been responsible over a particular period of time. You will see the term correspondence appear in many series titles. And what does that mean? Basically, it means a couple of things, but the best way to understand it is to imagine it being like the email trail of paper before the internet. It may be letters, folders of documents attached to a file. You may find letters written by the public to an agency or vice versa, or even between government agencies. Always check the series description to understand what the correspondence records are inside, because you'll often find some really significant records inside folders of correspondence. Many records have an index attached to them. In fact, many series of correspondence require you to check an index first. I call this a two-step search. The first step is to look at the index first to see how the records were organised, and they can be organised in all different ways, perhaps by file number, by subject, by year, or even by last name. And then you have to go back to the correspondence series and search again once you have that knowledge. You'll know if a series has an index by reading the series description and seeing what the index is called. And sometimes you'll find a link directly to that index. If you're looking for old maps, these are some of the series to search within. And on these pages, you'll see a link out to a tool which overlays historic maps and plans over a contemporary map of today. Here you'll find large photographic collections. Also a tip on language. Language is really important when searching archives because records are catalogued with the terminology on the records, basically the language used at that time. Also, try to remember the original name of a government project or public place. Even bridges have changed names over time. Lastly, search across our articles and our blog content as well. You'll be surprised to find out how much may have been written about your research area already, and you might find that they put their sources and their citations at the bottom, so you don't have to start from scratch. Good luck. Please stay in touch with us via Instagram or by Facebook or by other social media tools.